For the number 504, estimate in Part A 10%, in Part B 5%, in Part C 1%, in Part D 6%, and in Part E 15%. Let's begin with the number itself, 504. We're looking at an estimate, which means we're going to round the number to a nice value, which is going to be easy for us to work with. We can take the value of 504 and round it to 500. So to find 10% of 504, we're going to estimate that as 10% of 500. To find 10% of a number, we can delete the last digit. So this is going to be a value approximately equal to 50. Now we're going to look at finding 5%. We're going to use the estimate where we're looking at 5% of the value 500. Now, we've just found 10%. So to find 5%, we're going to take 1/2 of 10%. And 1/2 of 10% is going to give us a value of 25. Now let's look at Part C. We want to find 1%. Again, we're going to use the estimate to find 1% of 504. We're going to estimate that as finding 1% of the value 500. To find 1%, we're going to delete the last two digits. So therefore, we come up with a value of 5 as our estimate. For Part D, we want to take 6%. To find 6%, we're going to look at that as being equivalent to taking the 5% and adding the 1% to it. So our 5% value was 25. We're going to add to that our 1% value, which is 5, to give us a result of 30. To estimate the 15%, we're going to take our 10% and add to it 5%. So in our case, our 10% estimate was a value of 50. Our 5% estimate was a value of 25, and adding those together gives us our value of 75 for our 15% estimate.